If you're hunting for a music collection, would you go for vinyl or would you go for CD? Would you buy 400 CDs or would you rather buy 400 records? Well, in my case, I had two appointments with two sellers, and one had 400 records and the other one had 400 CDs for sale. Did I decide or did I get both? Well, let me tell you, the times are well over where people called me up and said, "Hey Toby, don't you still collect records? Why don't you stop by? I still have 2 boxes in my cellar. Why don't you come pick them up? You can have them. They've just been standing around for the last 2 decades." So nowadays, it's not as simple to get your hands on a music collection. And my first stop was at this retired guy who had this really wonderful music room, which he hooked up his tube amp and an old Pioneer turntable, and he had about 400 records, mostly prog rock and, you know, like the pop stuff of the 70s, what was it? Pink Floyd and stuff like that. Like, not really anybody is into that kind of music. So I dug through his record collection, and I kind of knew that we weren't gonna get together because he was asking euros, and to be honest, I wasn't gonna pay 4 digits, so I put out my my amount that I was willing to spend on his collection, and we both had a laugh. And then I went to this other appointment where the guy had the 400 CDs for sale. So meeting up with the second seller was something completely different. He was in my age, and we had a real good start and chatted along, and that is something very important when you try to buy somebody's complete collection, that you find this connection to somebody. And while going through his music collection, I really stumbled over some really nice albums that I was looking for a long time. And to me, it kind of doesn't really matter if it's on vinyl. It's absolutely great, but I don't have a problem buying CDs as long as I have something in my hands that I can shove into the player and listen to the music. That's all it really needs from me. Anyway, so the guy with the 400 CDs was actually asking 200 euros. And we agreed on a total of 65 euros, which is a bargain. And he also threw in a box of Maxi. It's the regular size CDs, but it only contains like 2 songs, 3 songs, maybe around that. I don't even know how many those are. Actually, if you really want to check him out, I'll put him right after I show you the albums that were in his collection. And also, I'm gonna pick out some of the the collection that really stuck out to me and were the reason why I bought those 400 CDs. Check them out. So here are 5 CDs which are probably the main reason why I bought the collection, other than the 65 euros, which really was a steal. The very first album that popped in my eye was Body Count, and this is the original album, and it has the last track. It has the Cop Killer on it. So this has been censored. That this album is not available anymore. All the other copies of this album have, I think it's freedom of speech instead of Cop Killer. So when I read that this thing has Cop Killer on it, I always wanted this album. I never owned it, so now I do. Number 2 was this complete box of the Beastie Boys hits. Come on. So I haven't heard this. It's probably just the repeat of various. Yeah, it looks that it has a lot of great stuff on it. And it has a huge booklet too. Oh, this is great. I just started reading the Beastie Boy book. I wonder if that information is also in here. And then this is a German band from Berlin, Die Ärzte. Some of you probably know them. And the guy has a fairly big collection of albums of the Ärzte in his collection. So I figured, hey, I only own one album, and that's Le Friseur. I thought I'd stock up my Ärzte collection. And then the number 5 Lenny Kravitz album, I do have the first 2 or 3 albums. So now I have Lenny Kravitz 5. And then this is really special because it's the specials. And this was on my Amazon wish list for quite some time, and then it wasn't available anymore. And then I found it. Oh, it's having a hard time focusing. Come on, focus. So, and it's not only once, it's twice in his collection. Why? Who knows? So I went to 0 from 2 copies. So those were my 5 reasons to buy this collection. Which would have been your reason to buy it? If you want to check out the Maxis on CDs that the guy gave me for free, they're coming right up. Thank you for watching. Consider giving me a thumbs up. Thanks, and I'll see you in my next video. And also subscribe to my channel.